In the quiet, early hours of November 5th morning, the sleepy streets of Whitestown, Indiana, were cloaked in darkness. It was a kind of suburban calm that felt impenetrable until a single, echoing gunshot shattered it. That sound marked the end of a hard-working mother's life, Maria Florinda Ríos Pérez, a 32-year-old house cleaner, a devoted wife, and a mother of 4 children. Her only crime? Showing up at the wrong house for work. Maria's story began far from Indiana in the highlands of Guatemala, where poverty often pushes families toward impossible choices. Determined to give her children a better life, Maria crossed borders, leaving behind familiar for a promise: safety, dignity, and opportunity. Friends describe her as kind, meticulous, and endlessly giving, the kind of person who would clean a home spotless, then still go help a neighbor. On that fateful morning, Maria and her husband set out for what they believed was just another cleaning job. They were given an address in the Heritage subdivision, a quiet, newly developed community. It wasn't unusual for them to start early, before sunrise. But something was off. The GPS guided them to the listed address, but the home looked slightly different from the one she usually cleaned. Still, she reassured her husband, "It must be the right one. Let's just check." She stepped out of the car, grabbed her supplies, and approached the front door with a cleaning key in hand. Then came the fatal moment. A single gunshot exploded through the door. No warning, no exchange of words. Maria collapsed instantly. Her husband rushed forward, screaming for help, cradling her as blood pooled beneath her head. She didn't even get the key in the door, he later told reporters through tears. By the time police arrived, Maria was gone. Whitestown police secured the scene, surrounding the home with yellow tape as forensic teams worked. The homeowner, whose name hasn't been released, told investigators he believed someone was breaking in. But police found no sign of forced entry, no weapon on Maria, only her cleaning bag and work ID. According to Boone County Coroner's Office, Maria died from a single gunshot wound to the head. Her death was ruled a homicide. But that doesn't automatically mean a crime was committed. Whether it was a justified use of force or reckless violence remains under investigation. Under Indiana's stand your ground and castle doctrine laws, homeowners may use deadly force if they reasonably believe someone is unlawfully entering their home. But how reasonable is it to fire without seeing who's outside your door? Maria's brother, Rudy Rios, spoke for the family. She was just working, trying to feed her kids. She didn't threaten anyone. How could this happen? Prosecutor Kent Eastwood confirmed evidence collection continues, including autopsy results, 911 audio, and possible security footage. Investigators are also verifying the address Maria's employer sent. Neighbors said they woke to a gunshot and saw police minutes later. One resident said, "We've had porch theft before, but never this." That poor woman. Community advocates launched fundraisers and protests demanding justice. Maria did everything right, said activist Lucia Herrera. She knocked on the wrong door, and for that she died. Still, questions linger. Did the homeowner look through a peephole before shooting? Did a camera capture what really happened? Was the reaction fueled by panic or bias? Her husband insists they never forced entry, only checked the lock. Police haven't said if the key fit the door, a crucial detail that could determine whether the homeowner's fear was reasonable or fatal. And then there's the broader pattern. Across America, innocent people have been shot for simple mistakes. Ralph Yarl in Missouri, Kalen Gillis in New York, and now Maria Ríos Pérez in Indiana. Are these random tragedies, or a symptom of fear and firearms colliding? Whitestown police have urged patience, promising a thorough, transparent investigation. Yet weeks later, no arrest has been made. Maria's family fears the case will fade like so many others. She died in his arms, her brother said, and now he's left alone with 4 kids asking where their mother is. Her youngest child is under a year old. Her eldest, just 14, keeps telling her siblings their mother will come home, not realizing she never will. Advocates are calling for reform, urging lawmakers to revise self-defense laws, add limits on use of deadly force, and create safety protocols for service workers who enter private homes. Some want mandatory de-escalation training for homeowners, or at least clear identification before firing. Because Maria was an intruder. She was a mother with a mop, a bucket, and a key that opened a wrong door, but should never have cost her life. Her husband says he still hears that gunshot every night. It was 1 second, he told reporters. Just 1 second that destroyed everything. As the investigation continues, we're left wondering, was this fear, negligence, or something darker? Will justice ever come? Or will this join the long list of unresolved true crime cases that fade into silence? So we ask you, was Maria's death an accident, or a reflection of something far more troubling? Because justice for Maria will define not just one case, but how this nation values human life. If you believe Maria's story deserves justice, don't let her name fade. Subscribe, hit the bell, and like this video to help keep her story alive. Speech balloon comment below. What can be done to prevent another tragedy like this? Television, check our playlist for more unresolved true crime cases. Because behind every headline lies a life that mattered.